Welcome, my friends. Welcome to Hands of Provision. My name is Mary, and I'm excited today to play a new challenge that Prop Budgets has put out. It's a bookshop, and you know I'm all about books, and to play with my new Spring into Savings mini challenge binder. But first, let's do our dailies. Okay, so we need to do our 3 goals in focus in our daily edition binder. Okay, let's see which goal today is going to get funded. It might be a Monday, but I am so excited to play these new challenges that it doesn't feel like a Monday. All right, let's do our left, right, center. All right, left is retirement. That's what it got last time. Retirement is on a roll. Oh, I missed playing Monday. All right, I get to do today. Hold on, let's see. And that is nothing. Sunday I did not play. Okay. What do we have? Left again. Well, it just seems to be the one that the guy wants to do. All right, now we just need to do our D3 or D4, sorry. It looks like I'm doing a D4. And that's a 3 going into one of them. And my black marker. And that is 3. I'll put that on Sundays. And 1 is on today. All right, so that is $4 going into retirement in the daily edition. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is adding up nicely. I'm really happy with this. So that each of my goals, my top 3 goals, I have big plans, big goals for this year. And this is definitely going to help. All right, we'll count that another time. I like to let it rack up a little bit before I do that, before I count it every now and then. Okay, and now I didn't do this on Sunday either. So we're going to do 2 days on this one. This is Roll for Your Savings Goals by Anna Banana Budgets. Love my dailies. Okay, so red is a D4. Oh, we happen to have that right there. And it's getting 1. That is Sunday. Let's see what today is. Nope, that doesn't count. Blue. Blue's a D3. And we're going to save 3. That's 4 in this one as well. Nice and symmetric, huh? All right, so for this, in this February, we're putting it into debt payoff. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last month we did month ahead. In March, we're going to do retirement. We're just going to rotate those top 3 goals every day. So this goes into debt payoff. All right, this one's adding up nicely as well. We're going to skip counting it today on this one too. We're going to let ourselves have a couple days and see what it gets to. And that is my dailies. Except I also want to do 90 days locked in. We're doing this last final bit on the 90 days locked in by Income Babes. And all of this is going to go to my month ahead snowball at the end of February. So excited. So excited. Okay, so we're giving it one final big push. And we are going to do a D20 and see what we get to add. Oh, well, 20. Wow. Okay, can't get much bigger than that. Let's grab 20. Wow, do I have it? 5, 10, 15, and 20. My goodness, guys. Okay, well, I wanted to push, didn't I? And now let's do, is this a 12 or a 10? Let's do the 12. Okay, get the biggies out of the way, and that's a 7. Okay, so we did 20, and we did 7. Okay, do I have any change? So that was 25, 6, and 7 going in to the saved. And we're not counting this final push one until the end of this week, and then we're going to be adding it into the snowball. Yes, the month ahead snowball. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, GB, for helping me save this much. Been doing it since December 1st. And February is our final month. I hope that's enough money to help me finish out, but I know I got the big ones done, except for one more D12. All right, we'll see. All right, and that is 90 days locked in, done. So let's grab this beautiful new challenge. This is by, like I said, Hannah at Prop Budgets. She just came out with this, and I just love books. So I had been looking for a challenge to save for my vehicle sinking fund, and I'm so happy she came out with this, and that I was waiting for it. Okay, so I think I watched her play. Hopefully I got it right. If not, it's going to be savings, right? All right, so we have a pricing card for our books right there. I kept it low. And today we have, how much are we saving with today? I only had ones, which is weird for me, but 10, these are real twos, not prop money twos, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, $50 today. There's our money for our spring into savings. I'm going to move that out just while we work on our bookshop. Okay, so the way I understand this, we're going to shuffle up our customers, and there are four genres. Let's see. She has mystery, romance, fantasy, and horror. Okay, and you have to fulfill the customers' wish lists, and there's 2 customers per genre. So I'm going to stock our book shop with 6 books. And so, wow, so we got 2 fantasies, 2 horrors, and 2 romances. Nice and even. And our first customer in our shop today is Noah, who is a horror fan. And when it's this little gray with the question mark, you get to recommend something to him. Or that isn't the fantasy, is it? I think that's different. Yep. Okay, so Noah is a horror fan, so he's going to be underneath here. Let me go grab Noah. Here's Noah's wish list. So we are going to be able to give him one of his horror, Bloodline Cottage. And that costs, let's see, horror is $2. Okay. And let's just set that up here. And then he wants a recommendation. We want to keep one of our mysteries. Is that a mystery? Now that I say that, I know that I think the gray is a recommendation, and I only have 1 mystery, so I'm going to keep that. But I have 2 fantasies and 2 romances. I think I'm going to give Noah, the horror fan Noah, a romance. Now it doesn't come off of his wish list, but it's $1, so we'll give him $1. Okay, So we'll put that over there, and Noah there, and those are out of stock right now. And Noah gets some of his wish list fulfilled, and we'll put our $3 in here. Okay, then we have to restock. Okay, good. We got another mystery novel and a romance novel. And I have to be honest, I haven't read any of these actual books. I might have to go check them out now that she's put them on here. But this is The Wedding Weekend, Night Shift, Ravens and Roses, Velvet Siege, Love on a Layover. That sounds interesting. And The Silent Witness. That sounds interesting too. And who is our new customer today? We have Quinn, and she is a mystery fan. All right, Quinn, mystery. She sounds like my kind of girl. I love mystery novels, and she wants mysteries. Now, we do have, yay, 2 mystery novels, so we can fulfill Night Shift and mark it off her wish list, and The Silent Witness. We get to mark off 2. And those are worth $1 a piece. So, wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? They are $2 a piece. My mistake. That is the fantasy. So 4 going into mystery along with our beautiful customer, Quinn, who got 2 off of her wish list. So I'm assuming the goal of the game is to get all the customers all their wish list fulfilled. All right, we grab the restock. They were here. Woo, she's right. That is a creepy, creepy title. And then Beneath the Glass Sea. We're really stocked up on fantasy novels, so we definitely need a fantasy customer. Aha! And just as I say it, we get Steve. Yay! Steve is a fantasy lover. Okay, Steve, we should be able to really help you out here. All right, we can give you the Beneath the Glass Sea. And then he will take 2 recommendations. I'm going to go ahead and knock off the Velvet Siege. I'm going to leave one in case the other fantasy customer comes along. And instead, I'm going to give him The Wedding Weekend. He needs to try something new. So how much is that? That is $2 and $3 for Mr. Steve. 1, 2, and 3. Actually, I think I'll take a $2 bill. And that goes into fantasy along with our customer, Steve, as he walks out the door, a very happy customer. So far, we have been able to meet, we got to restock. Crushes and Catastrophes, Briarstone, and The Last Visitor. I am not a horror fan in any way, shape, or form, but we're going to be able to meet our customer who is a horror fan. That would be Erin. Hello, Erin. Come on in because we have some of what you want. We have The Last Visitor, and They Were Here. Glad to get that one off my shelf. It creeps me out for sure. So that is $4. We'll give him 2 2s. Going in for Aaron. And actually he asked for a 3rd one that we can't meet. And I think that just means that we can't fulfill it. And there's no, as far as I understand, there's no penalty, but we could make it that way. We could say there's a penalty of $1 when you can't meet your, I think we're going to do that. There's going to be a penalty of $1 when you cannot meet your customer's needs. So that is going to be how we're going to do that. Goodbye, Erin. Sorry that we couldn't give you all 3 of your wishes, but we did give you 2. All right, restocking those shelves. Wow, we need a romance person now. The Bookshop Crush, that's great. And Motive Unknown. Love that. So now we have Caleb, who is a mystery fan. Another mystery fan. I'm liking the mystery fans because that is me. All right, Caleb, you want 3 books today. Can we satisfy? Oh, we can only give you 1. But wait a minute, 1 is a recommendation, so we don't get penalized. So we can give him Motive Unknown and lots of romances. So we are going to give him a romance and a fantasy novel. We're going to Briarstone. You're going to have a nice, different, eclectic reading night, Caleb. Let's see. So mysteries are $2. There we go. And romances are $1. And fantasies are $1. So we'll just take that 1 back and give him 2, give him 4. All right. So Caleb's a happy guy. Oh, actually, he only had 1 recommendation. I did that wrong. Which one do I want to take back? Not that one. That's the one he wanted. We're going to take back a romance, I guess, which was $1, but then we have to pay $1, so it still comes out. All right. Glad I caught that. All right. We only were able to knock off 1 of his wish lists, but that's okay. All right. Putting our customer out the door. Let me see. I'm going to need to make that 7. I see at that 10, it might need a little bit. 7, 8. I'm not sure if I can make change for that 10 with what we have in there, but we'll see. Let's restock those shelves. The Blind Date and Room 9. Woo! Those are catchy names. Now, these, wow, we are overloaded on romance. Come on, romance. Oh, we have a fantasy novel. All right, Maddie, we'll see what we can do. Miss Maddie, what can we do for you, sweetie? Let's see. Well, we have 1 fantasy that we can mark off for you, and that is Raven and Roses, and they are worth $1. And then we're going to have to pay a penalty because we can't give you anything else. I'm so sorry. I don't like an unhappy customer. I am so sorry. Please come back again another day when we have a little bit more of your interest in stock. There's only 4 in here, so I know that's not going to be enough for the 10. Okay, we got a restock, and I hope we don't get another romance. Yay! We got a fantasy, The Moonlight Treaty. And who is our customer today? Stacy, a romance fan. Stacy, you are in luck today, Stacy. We are overstocked with romances. We're going to be able to give you 2 today. That is what we're going to recommend as well. The Blind Date, good choice. Good choice, Stacy. Good choice. And I love that, the Bookshop Crush. That's a great one too. So you get 2 today. They're each worth $1. You are 1 happy customer as you walk out the door. Come back, as we seem to have plenty of romances. Okay, restocking our shelves. Oh, really? Proposal in Practice and a Cold Case Club. Yay! We got at least one of each. So, who is this last customer before we have to shuffle? It is Ella. Romance. That doesn't surprise me since we weren't getting rid of any of them. Miss Ella, you want 3. You are in the mood to read this weekend. So we're going to give you Love on a Layover. That sounds good, doesn't it, Ella? And let's give you a Proposal in Practice. That also sounds really good. And we are going to recommend, oh wow, now I have 1 of each and I really don't want to give them up. We're going to recommend, to balance out all that sweetness, a horror novel, and that is going to be Room 9, but we have to pay for that one because, we pay for it, but we don't have to pay a penalty, but it's still $2 to give her that. And then the romances are each $1. So that is 4 going in. And we did meet all of our customers' needs, which makes me happy. Put that back. And then we're going to have to do a shuffle. Okay. We're going to have to shuffle. No, these, nope, can restock. But these we have to shuffle. Just going to kind of give them a little bit here and a little bit there. All right, there we are. We're going to restock. We have The Static Man, a horror novel. We have Iron Oath, a fantasy novel. And The Lost Lantern, a horror novel. Now we're shy on the romance novels. Okay, we've got Steve, who is a fantasy fan. Okay, Mr. Steve, let's see what we can do for you today. You want 3 books. You are in the mood to read as well. We can give you Iron Oath on your wish list. And we'll save that one for another fantasy fan. And we will give you, since we have 2 horror novels, we'll give you a horror novel and, gosh, you want a third one. Really don't want to give up another one. I think I'm going to pay the penalty on this one rather than give up another one and not be able to meet another customer's needs. Very, very important. All right, so what do we have to pay for these? We have $2 for the horror novel and $1 for the fantasy novel. Okay, I'm gonna knock that over. What does that give us? That gives us 4 going into fantasy. What do we have in there now? Do I have enough to do the 10? I have 2, there's 6, is 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not quite enough to. And there's Steve walking out the door, pretty happy guy. And we'll set that over there. Oh, got to restock before the next customer comes in. Accidentally Yours, a romance novel, and A Liar's Best Friend. A mystery novel. And who is coming in our door? But Mr. Aaron, who is a horror fan. And I only have 1 horror. Oh boy. I'm in trouble with my customer already. I can see it. I am so sorry, Noah. We are a little bit shy of horror novels today. We do have The Static Man. I highly recommend it. That is going to take you all weekend to read. Don't worry. You're going to be fine. So we're going to just pay the penalty of $1 a piece. Plus the horror is $2. Okay. And then let's see if we can make that 10 on this one. If we add those in. All right, I think so. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I think we're going to keep 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and take the 10, put the 2 back here, along with the 1s. Hannah, I'm loving this, sweetheart. This is awesome. Thank you so much for creating this. Okay. We got Aaron not too happy with this as he walks out the door with just 1 of his preferred reading, but I think, ooh, good, we got another one, The Quiet Room. Who do we have coming in the door? Ringing the bell? But Caleb, a mystery fan. Caleb, you've been here before. So good to see you again. Last time we could only give you 1 off your wish list, but guess what? We've got 2 today. We have 2 recommended: A Liar's Best Friend and Cold Case Club. You're a happy guy, but you still want another one, and you want us to recommend something different. Well, I'm going to give you a romance novel then, Crushes and Catastrophes. It doesn't mark off your list, but it does give you something else to read. So that's $1. And then these are each 2. So $5 going to you, Caleb. And now you have 3 marked off your mystery list, your wish list for mystery novels. Our Caleb is done, and we got to put in the 5 for him. 1 happy guy. All right, let's restock. He kind of took all of our stock with those three. And we got Frostgate, a fantasy novel, The Missing Trail, and The Hallway horrors. We've got 2 horrors, a mystery, 2 fantasies, and a romance. So who's coming through the door today? Now we have Stacy. Miss Stacy. Miss Stacy. Let's see what you want on your list. Do we have anything new for you? Accidentally yours, we actually do, and you only wanted one, and then a recommendation. We're going to recommend a fantasy novel for you, Stacy. It's called Frostgate. I think you're going to enjoy it, although I've never read it myself. All right, $1 for that, and $1 for... You are not spending a whole lot of money today in our store today, but we are happy to have you walk out the door a happy customer, Stacy, with another wish list novel completed. All right, what are we getting down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm not sure how I'm going to keep myself from getting an IOU in this game. Oh, forgot to restock. We got a fantasy novel and a romance. Yay! Because she's a fantasy fan, we are going to be able to make her one happy customer as well. Coming back, Miss Maddie, for the second time. Wow, you read pretty fast. All right, so we happen to have 2 of your favorites that you can just mark off your list there, the Moonlight Treaty and Ghost Kingdoms. Yes. Happy customer there, and she's only $2. Not a big spender, but she walks out the door very happy. And that's our goal. So fantasy fan, Miss Maddie, have fun reading. It's a great weekend for it. Or I should say week. Starting the week off great. Quinn, Mystery. Quinn, nice to have you back in the shop. You're a fast reader as well. Oh, didn't restock my store. Just one moment. Quinn, while I get restocked, fantasy novel and a mystery novel. Just what you wanted. Awesome. Now, aren't you glad I restocked? You're going to get The Last Alibi and The Missing Trail. Yes. There you have it. And you are satisfied. And what does that cost us? The mystery novels are $2 a piece. 1, 2, 3, and 4 going in with Miss Quinn. Now I only have $2 left, and I don't want IOUs. So I think we're just going to tuck this in the back here and add it to next week's play. This is where the customer cards are going to go. I thoroughly loved that. And again, this is all being saved for vehicle maintenance. I know it doesn't match it, but you know, when you are a book fan, you love it when you see it. Okay. Like I said, this is at Prop Budgets. She just came out with this. She has it on half price right now, I believe, on her Etsy, so I would go snag it. So fun. So fun. This is my new Spring into Savings binder. I created the dashboards and inserts, and I have it for free up in Coffee, and I just couldn't wait to start playing in it. I save in this with usually $10 a week, and it's got my top 3 goals: month ahead, debt payoff, and retirement, plus 3 of my sinking funds, and I do rotate those. Okay, last time off camera when I played, I didn't get to play on camera, I finished Vacation for $50, and this was You Are All I Need by Weekly Budgets Co. And then I finished this New Year faith-based savings challenge, which was for a month ahead, and it was $55 saved. So thank you, Weekly Budgets Co., and thank you, Blessed Budgets by Abigail, for helping me save. And I need to put my $2 into my completed saving challenges and mark my my bubble challenge. I love this. I know that others have counted them and they've said how many bubbles there are and how much this will save, but I haven't heard. So right now I'm blissfully ignorant of what that is. Okay, so that's that saved. And all right, so how I'm going to do this, I have my $10 in prop money, and I have a few 50 censors, we all like to do, sprinkled throughout my 25-cent prop money. I love this way of playing. It has changed my view of $5 and $10. It can really make an impact and you can have fun. I just realized I did not have my 50s separated. Those were quarters. Okay, I'm just going to kind of mix them up. There's my money, and what I'm going to do, instead of taking these out of the inserts, I went ahead and just made another set, put my money away here, of these to set out when I'm randomizing. I made these nice and long so they fill up these envelopes. Well, I like to make sure it's all covered. I'm not sure about you. Okay, so there's my 8. And then I'm going to use my playing cards. I took out the 4s. So this is what you can do. You know how we decide to use whether a D3 or a D4 die. If you take out all the 4s, then you're effectively using more like a D3 with your cards. So that's what I did since I only have the 10 today. I took that out. Okay, let's get this done. It shouldn't take your choice. Starting right off, I'll do 50 cents. Add 1 to all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're on the 3rd one. Skip it. 4th one gets 3. 5th one gets 1. 6th one up. Got to take the one it had away. Sorry about that. 3 for the next one. -1. Goodness, this is a hard one on these poor. Some of them might have nothing. 3. Skipping 2. 3. Some are going to have them all, and some are going to have nothing. 2. I hate when they have nothing. I hate it, hate it, hate it. So I'm hoping. All right, I got 2. That makes me happy. Now 8 needs to get something. Come on, 8. Come on, 8. Your choice. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 since you got skipped and taken away from and all that other 2. And I have 1 left, which goes on that one. Okay. I knew it was going to be quick today. Okay. All right, so we're going to just stack these up and get them in their respective envelopes. See how much we've got to save today. Okay, so for envelope number 1, which is month ahead, and that one, as you remember, finished up last week and I had a rollover of 50 cents. So I'm starting now with Bookish Mama Budgets. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so beautiful. I'm loving the blues. All right, so there's $1 and $1.75 going into that today, and this is for month ahead. I'm going to swap out that for $1 and then those for $1. All right, month ahead, starting again. 1 is done. I'm going to put it back here. Okay, and envelope number 2 got $1. Just go ahead and swap it. Make it nice and easy to count. And it is for debt payoff. And this little cutie is by budgeting with a ginger. 2026, still not joining a gym. Still think that's funny. Loved that so much. So it's getting another $1. And now we are at, we have enough to swap in. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 450 is not enough to get another 5. So we'll just put that back, and probably next time playing, it'll happen. Okay, 3 is for retirement. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. It got $1. Okay. And we are using Pink Plum Budgeting's Baby It's Cold Outside. It has been warm. It's supposed to get another cold front coming in. Okay, so we are just marking what we get on these instead. So that's actually finished then. So these two will have to roll over, and we're going to, it saved us $20. And this is for retirement. Yes, it's marked. Okay, that's another one done. I'll have to get another $1 for the bubble challenge. And now we get to go to pull another challenge. This one's by the Cafecito Budget Bookworm. That's me. And we're going to go ahead and mark this one off for $2. So cute. All right, finished another one. So all of these will be going into the games or binders that I play for those particular goals or sinking funds. Okay, so number 4 feels like it got quite a bit. And this is Spring by Cat Lady Budgets. So festive. Not festive, so bright and cheery. 25, 50, 75, $1, $1.50. So we're going to swip that. And then the 50. So that, it's got my $1. $1.50 going into Spring. That should make me have $5. Yes, it does. All right. Let's grab that 5 from the bank. And that is $5 going into vacation. Love that. Vacation is coming up in the spring for me. Looking forward to it. Gonna go to the beach this year with my sister. All right, so number 5 is birthdays, and it got exactly $1. All right. And this is by 4 Dizzy Birds, all booked for Valentine's. Books again. I think you're probably seeing my theme going on here. So that's $2 into birthdays. That's so pretty. Okay, number 6 got 75 cents. It got gypped this time, and this is Christmas. And this is Budgeting with Lysandra. Every day is a thank you, God day. Amen. All right, 75 cents. Another one done. And this one's Christmas. Yes, I did get it marked. So $2.75 means that's going to have to roll over. And I saved $40 with this one. And that's another bubble I get to color in on the bubble challenge. Wow, it was time for them to start finishing up. It had been a while. I did know that on several of those. Okay, so the next one is by Lifted Up and Living, Tara. And we're just going to, like I said, so that is now $2.75. We're just going to mark off 2. I'm gonna put 75 cents and 2. I like to write what I actually saved, and I think that's how it was divvied up. Okay, so this is going to be for Christmas going forward. Love that. So cute. I do love sewing and quilting like Tara does, but I can't do it anymore. I still love it. Month ahead. This is the second round. I go ahead and do these. This one, so one goal gets doubled up on, and one sinking fund gets doubled on when I do 8. Okay, this is adorable. Plan to Save Designs. I'm loving that little whimsical look, aren't you? Ducks as well as rabbits, just loving it. All right, it got $1.25. It's my $1.25. And there. And we can swap that for a 50. So I don't quite have enough. I have 450. So it'll be getting a 5 soon enough. That is for Christmas. No, month ahead. Excuse me. Month ahead. Okay. Last one today is for vacation. And it got $1.25. Okay. And this one is mine. I did made the challenge first, and then I fell in love with these little guys so much I had to make the whole binder for them. $1.25, and this is for vacation. Very appropriate for me. Those two 25s will swap for a 50, and now it has 450 too, so it should be getting a 5 next time. Okay, that is done. And I just need to get $2 and more in dollars into the bubble challenge, and then put those into their sinking funds, and you'll see me save those in their appropriate envelopes or binders. Thank you for joining me today. I hope your Monday was wonderful, a good week start. God bless.